Reverend JJ, back here at the Lotus Lounge. It's Friday, the 27th of August. I'm off from work today and taking it easy. It's been a long week. So I came across some information and I was only able to capture pieces of it before the website literally kicked me off. Like it just logged off and shut me out. So clearly the information that I was coming across wasn't wanting to be known. So this FDA approval that happened with this vaccine the other day was a strategic move. I told you we're in a movie and there are chess moves that are happening here. So now that this has been approved, there are certain regulations that the Pfizer, biotech, whatever is going to now need to follow. So this is the letter that was received and needs to be abided by in regards to FDA approval. There's regulations and requirements that need to be followed. So now that it's been approved, this is what's going to have to happen. As soon as possible, but no later than 14 days from the date of this letter, please submit the final content of labeling in the SPL, Structured Product Labeling format, via the FDA Automated Drug Registration and Listing System, the eList. The content of labeling must be identical to the package insert submitted on August 21st, 2021. Information on submitting SPL files using eList may be found in the Guidance for Industry SPL Standard for Content of Labeling Technical Q's and A's, question and answers, at the FDA.gov downloads Drug Guidance Compliance Regulatory Information Guide. So, they're going to have to share what's in the fucking vaccine. The FDA lot release. This is part of the same letter. Please submit final container samples of the product in final containers together with protocols showing results of all applicable tests. You may not distribute any lots of product until you receive a notification of release from the director, the Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research, CBER. The biological product deviations. You must submit reports of biological product deviations under 21 CFR 600.14. You should identify and investigate all manufacturing deviations promptly, including those associated with processing, testing, packaging, labeling, storage, holding, and or potency of the product, and meets the other criteria in the regulation. You must submit a report on Form FDA 3486 to the Director, the Office of Compliance and Biologics Quality, electronically through the eBPDR web application or at the address below. Links for the instructions on completing the electronic form, the eBPDR, may be found on the CBER's website at www.fda.gov Vaccines Blood Biologics Report Problems Center Biologics Evaluation Research Biological Product Deviations. So, checkmate. Now they have to release the information of what is in this vaccine now that it's been approved. So there's going to be a big push in the next couple of weeks for people to get vaccinated. It's like I said in the other episode, the demon is being excavated, eradicated, and it's going to pull out all the stunts that it can before it's utterly removed. So mandatory, I want to explain what that means. If something is referred to as a rule, a guideline, or as compulsory or mandatory, it's not a law. You're not legally obliged to comply with it. Rules and guidelines and things labeled compulsory, mandatory, require your active consent. You cannot be forced by law enforcement officers or government, as these things are not law. Officials use this language to try and manipulate and frighten you into volunteering your consent. See what's going on? Yeah. It's going to come to a head. There's going to be some things continuing to kind of keep coming out. I mean, there's stuff happening everywhere. It's like creation of chaos, as I have said before. And they're doing this on purpose. And there is a sinister agenda at foot. The New World Order will include changes in the family. Homosexual marriages will be legalized. Parents will not be allowed to raise their children. The state will. All women will be employed by the state and not allowed to be homemakers. Divorce will become an exceedingly easy and monogamous, monogamous. Why is that word not making any sense to me right now? I always thought it was monogamous, but the way they have it spelled is monogamous with an N, N-O-U-S. Divorce will become exceedingly easy, and I'm going to say monogamous marriage will be slowly phased out. The workplace. The government will become the owner of all the factors of production. The private ownership of property will be outlawed. Religion. Religion will be outlawed, and believers will be either eliminated or imprisoned. There will be a new religion, the worship of man and his mind. All will believe in the new religion. The United States will play a major role in bringing in this world. World wars have been fought to further its aims. Adolf Hitler, the Nazi socialist, supported the goal of this New World Order. The majority of the people will not readily accept the New World Order, but will be deceived into accepting it. Will be deceived into accepting it. That's where we're at, people. So the ones that can see the deception and rebel against the system are not always the type of people that you would expect. To be able to see through the illusion does not depend on how intelligent or educated you are. It depends on your level of consciousness. Some of the most educated people could be the most indoctrinated. They can be so stuck in belief systems and thought patterns that it's hard for them to change perspectives. The ones that are standing up and speaking out are the conscious people the sensitive ones, the observers, the intuitives, the ones that reached that level of awareness to perceive and acknowledge the suppression and enslavement. They have become immune to mind control and manipulation. They are risking their reputation, their relationships with family and friends by not partaking and contributing to the propaganda of the system, by choosing differently for their freedom, for everyone's freedom. So I want to share also some of what the interpretations of certain words that are being used actually mean. So dark matter equals other dimensions. Nuclear equals genetics, in context, human DNA. Nuclear war equals using genetics against the human population. Atomic is alien. Atomic war is war against aliens. Atomic or nuclear war equals Agenda 21, procedures, depopulation. In the context, nuclear war using genetics or GMO genetics against the human population. Atomic incident with aliens and variants. Use your imagination. Nuclear or atomic, alternating according to the context. So extraterrestrial attacks against the human population. The two meanings not related. The context is important. Asteroid equals extraterrestrial ship. Meteor or meteorite, ET spacecraft in atmospheric flight. Satellite equals seen from Earth, spacecraft in orbit. Traffic or air traffic equals, without explaining what traffic, ET ship sighting from an airplane or from a control tower. Spiral equals the word or symbol of a spiral painted somewhere, equaling a portal or a place where there is a portal. Liberation of the people equals operation begins for the control and exploitation of the people. Peace equals war. Black Knight equals L-class Centauri fighter ship. An arrow equals a missile. Keyhole equals secret program. Alice or Alice in Wonderland equals DUMBS, deep underground military base. Chemical, fuels or industrial matter equals direct face-to-face interaction with an extraterrestrial race. They evacuate the population. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that there's ulterior definitions of these words that are being used. So what is a corporation? What does that really mean? A corporation is a corp-o-ration or a corpse-o-ration. The plural form of the word corporation can be written as corpse. Phonetically, the word corpse sounds similar to the word corpse. Corpse. Corporation, which is defined as a dead body, usually of a human being. The legal system sees you as a corpse to be used as a ration of feed to the artificial matrix of the dark forces. Hence the word corporation, corp-o-ration, corpse-o-ration from the New Earth knowledge. This is what spelling is all about. This is what is happening and how things are being twisted and manipulated and inverted. So if you don't even understand the language that they speak, how would you be able to see through it? You're not made aware of what they're really trying to say. So therein lies many of the issues. So the law of the sea, sail, S-A-I-L, to sail a ship, also is sail, S-A-L-E, a sale in a store. Common words and phrases that involve ships, water, and the sea. Drowning in debt, cash flow, loan sharks, liquid assets, staying afloat, currency, head above water, legal tender, which is a smaller boat, frozen bank account, subprime mortgage, my house is underwater, breach of contract. So some words that contain ship, citizenship, relationship, worship, hardship, censorship, championship, scholarship, sponsorship. Still think it's a coincidence? Yeah. I'm trying to help you understand what's going on here in this world that we're living in. And it's completely inverted and not what you really think it is. So, self-mastery is of the utmost importance, and this is part of the awakening. So, self-mastery from Eckhart Tolle. If I accept the fact that my relationships are here to make me conscious instead of happy, then my relationships become a wonderful self-mastery tool that keeps realigning me with my higher purpose of living. Self-mastery is the process of knowing yourself, creating yourself, growing yourself, improving yourself, and transcending yourself. To be the master of your own self is to fully understand who you really are, the whole universe, and that you and everything around you flows harmoniously together in the magnificent dance of your own creation. Become the master of your life by focusing on your mind, body, and spirit. The path of self-mastery begins with each new moment. Spiritual ascension and energetic rebirth that may be accompanied by an elevated vibrational frequency, shifting from a fear-based existence to a love-based existence, shedding of toxic, egocentric relationships employment and environments, extreme self-acceptance, heightened psychic abilities, clear connection with higher self, spirit guides, and soul contracts, a release of past traumas and limiting belief patterns, and powerful activation of life force energy, Prana. The phases of awakening, the caterpillar phase, an itch for change. The pain of staying the same triggers us to search for new answers. The cocoon phase, inspiration and realization. We discover the power of solitude, which is where we internalize new ideas and realizations. We re-meet our true self. In the butterfly phase, exploration and shadow work. We experience what used to be familiar to us, but from a completely new way of seeing things. What was unknown and hidden comes to light. The butterfly phase, this is where we meet our past as new versions of ourselves. Our interests change, and we are not able to move through life the way we used to. As beautiful and liberating as it is to be in the butterfly phase of your journey, it's also a time of inner healing and shadow work. The growing pains that we experience in this phase are accepting the change, releasing old expectations, self-forgiveness, embracing where we are now, and giving ourselves the freedom to explore what was once out of reach. We created a new shadow work book to help you embrace the phase of your journey so you may spread your wings and fly. And that's with Moon Omens. So you can actually go to their Instagram. I get some of the emails from them, and they have an ebook that you can get for free to assist with any shadow work. So Moon Omens. I also do a meditation with them through YouTube. So Moon Omens has a YouTube channel, and then also on Instagram is where I follow them as well. So how to ascend into 5D. Take a deep, calm breath. Feel gratitude that you're alive. Know that everything will always be okay. Forgive everything that has held you to the past. Send compassionate love to all beings. Feel unconditional love for yourself. Work toward being of service to others. Know that a future of peace begins now. You never need to fear. You are an eternal light. Enjoy the new earth. So when you start to understand that death is really a myth, then there's nothing really to fear. Because energy consists and lives on. The soul is not dying. The soul continues and is, I don't even know, like, energy doesn't die. So death isn't an ending. It truly is a beginning. I want to kind of help you see this, that there's nothing to be afraid of. Like, there isn't anything in this world, in this realm, on this plane net that you need to be afraid of. So we stay in our heart center and we continue to love ourselves and give that nurturance to yourself. What you give to other people, you give it back to you. Loving kindness. Active self-compassion. And know that you are God. It's like God isn't outside of you. God is within. The light that you have that's within, it's in you. Through my Son, S-O-N, S-U-N, the Son. Through my Son. And through the Son, we're impacted to our heart center. And that's why I talked about sun gazing. I think it was, I just heard earlier today in Australia that the Prime Minister in one of those areas of Australia is instructing people to not watch the sunset. Why would they tell people not to watch the sunset? Do you think they know something? Because through the sun, you find God. I talked about sun gazing and what that does. It activates your DNA. It heals you. It regenerates your cellular makeup. Through the sun. So things are going to continue to intensify. And we got to stay grounded. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Follow some positive self-care rituals. Something you can do if you want to cleanse your aura. You can clean your aura from the comfort of your own home. All it takes is a little practice. Once you start cleansing your aura, you will experience a drastic difference in the way you feel and return your mind and body to peace. So take a sea salt bath. Walk barefoot in the grass. Chant a mantra or an affirmation. Do sage smudging or some type of aura cleansing exercise, yoga, meditation. These are the things that we need to do to help ourselves. The universe responds to your frequency. It doesn't recognize your personal desires, wants, or needs. It only understands the frequency in which you are vibrating at. So if you're vibrating in a frequency of fear, guilt, or shame, you're going to attract things of similar vibration. If you're vibrating in the frequency of love, joy, gratitude, abundance, you are going to attract things that support that frequency. It's like tuning into a radio station. You have to be tuning into the music that you want to listen to, just like you have to be tuned into the energy that you want to manifest into your life. Change your mindset, it will change your life. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're hanging in. It's going to be a bit of a rocky road ahead of us. So do what you need to take care of you. Thanks for listening. You can find me on my website, jjlotustherapy.com. I'm here to be of service to God. I am the lotus. I come from the mud, shining bright. Namaste.